Hey friends, Your Sincerely Gaming here, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. Now, I found myself smiling, for some reason. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. Wait, is it because I can't remember. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. That was it, she was trying to work out how to get people more interested because she was so passionate about the club. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Wah! I open my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out my chair. Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school even have a napping club? I'd go to that. You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know? You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. Hee. It's what I do best. That's the problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Oh, come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Eh? Sayori glances around at herself. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here. There. You can't see where I'm pointing. I have a mouse. Oh, I'm a twat. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right there. Is there? Is that toothpaste? She been brushing her collar? I tried to wipe off the stain with my finger. But nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's going to tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. I am a dick. Hey, you meanie. And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? Eh? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. Am I a dick today? I start to button a blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. This is getting pretty weird. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things. Eh? Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay, though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. She's been eating cakes. Sigh. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now, so... why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. I'm guessing they couldn't be bothered to draw her with the blazer up, so they've left it. Phew, that's so much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I kept it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would. Anyway, so that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. Eh? I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier, bitch. Fine, fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. Ah, but I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone, it's Monica. Have a happy Hanukkah. Eh? Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems you wrote now? Yay! Queefer, I can't wait to read yours. I can't even remember what I wrote. I was just picking random words. There was raindrops. And socks. That rhymes. It's a poem. Yeah, same. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah? My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration, since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Shit, here we go. Who should I show my poem to first? Eeny, meeny, miny, moe, meeny, meeny. I'm just going to show it to Sayori. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. That's how I would think. Show it to your friend. She's my good friend after all. What did I write? It's like raindrops, socks, kittens, and death. That's the way to hold your breath. Writing poems is really cool. Store. Oh my goodness. That is so good, Queefer. Yeah? I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori, you must be so seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Ah ha 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 ha! Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a queefer poem. That's gross. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. Hee 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 hee. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Queefer. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? This is gonna be shite. Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Hee 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 hee. We'll see about that. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. That's actually really good, especially the last line. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Ah, yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. I enjoyed it. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. What is this game? Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast? Right. Pause. Here's the thing. You know the Friends theme? This has probably been said before. She just made a point that she was late, but she had breakfast anyway. So, what is it? You're still in bed at 10, and work began at 8. You burnt your breakfast so far, things are going great. If you're still in bed at 10 and work began at 8 and you're going to leg it to work, you're not going to burn your breakfast, you're going to jump in your car and you're going to get to work. Unless you're already so late that you might as well just have breakfast. I don't know, but anyway, the second verse of that song makes no sense. Back to the game. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Ah, yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Oh god, I gotta show it to other people. Natsuki was a bitch. She's just gonna be mean. Which she clearly didn't like it. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes. Oh, she's gonna hate it as well. More than enough time for her to finish reading. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah, she thinks it sucks. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guessed that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad? No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognise in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds a train of thought, it's as if her demeanour totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. I just picked a load of words from a piece of paper. She can leave me alone, I tried. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Okay, this better be good, and it better be, like, not typical and mixing things together like she said mine was. Ghost under the light. I can't even read that word. I can't read this handwriting. Tendrils. Just... Can anyone read that word? Tendrils? Is that a word? The tendrils of my... The something of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. See, that's a bit too, like a bit What's the word I'm looking for? Trying way too hard there. I'm sorry I have such I agree, you have terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. I was. But it took you a long time to read. Ah. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Do I? Yeah? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. If that's mild, then my brain is fucked because we ain't getting anything that she writes. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, oh, made myself giggle. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Quiver. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poems often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in a last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. So what she's saying is, I'm going to do a poem about a TV remote, but TV remotes are like magic wands. And so I'm going to call this poem Voldemort. And it's going to be, Voldemort came, he changed shit, and then they jumped off a bridge. And the TV jumped too. Shit. I did it. I wrote a poem. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I just did it. I'm counting on you. Alright, go on then, Natsuki. Why not? Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. I just didn't evoke any emotion. It didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Sigh. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. It's going to be cupcakes and fairies. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. That's not... I mean, it's a bit basic, sort of, but I like the end. Yeah, I told you that you weren't going to like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Yeah, that's what I was kind of getting at there. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. It's like ending on an imperfect cadence, like way more evoking like more suspense or something, whereas if a song just ends on the one, then it's just a song, innit? However, I'm a stickler for ending songs how they should end. Anyway, away from music. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realised. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humour her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. I'm nice. Go on then, Monica. Hey, Quiver. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, If you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway! Want to share your poem with me? Not really. It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ha 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 ha! Don't worry, Queefer. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? Ooh, I burped again. Wow. I don't know if that was this episode or the last one. Can I just say, this chair, really comfy. Wow. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had these sort of things in common. Ah, well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? Because I just picked words off a piece of paper. Aha, I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions, like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you trying new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of style, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ha 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 ha! Okay. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. That's, in England, if you're not in England, a hole in a wall, for us, is where you put a credit card to get money out, because it is a hole in the wall that you put a credit card in. People in the UK, you already know this. Anyone from elsewhere, let me know in the comments if you call it a hole in the wall, or an ATM, or a cash point. What would you call it? It couldn't have been me. See? Oh god, this one I have to scroll. It's long. It couldn't have been me. See? The direction that spackle protrudes. The direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbour? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. Ooh. Well, that's pretty... I'm probably reading this too literally, but... So there's a hole in a wall, and she's going to peek through and to see what's in there. I real blind like a foam lifter. But it's a meaningless image. Stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. Okay, I need her to explain that one. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Haha, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Yes, I needed to ask that. Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sponsored by Staples. Is that place closed? I don't know. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. So just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. That's true with songwriting as well. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. I like that. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'm not ending the episode here. We've still got 5 minutes. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Not simple enough. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. She thinks it's too simple. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. It's going to be use longer words, isn't it? If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Quifa did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. Quifa liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Wait, she's saying that to me? Eh? That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Quifa appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how'd you know that he didn't appreciate my advice more? This is weird. Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Quifa started showing up. Natsuki? Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. Quifa! She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? See, I don't agree with her there. I think write your own way. Do things your own way. Be yourself. Don't be what other people want you to be. Josh's tip for life. The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Quifa. But wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You do understand that, right, Quifa? Well, Oh shit, have I got to choose? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. I'm definitely not picking one. Natsuki? Natsuki glances at me, drying up my words I had in my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri? But Yuri's expression is so defenseless I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori? Eh? Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Quiver? Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, well then, putting my feelings in the conflict, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Excuse me, are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Natsuki. Yuri. You guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? This girl for president. Because, well... Also, Natsuki's cute, and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monika stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president. I whisper to Monika. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Ahaha. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes the two of us. You can count on me. Monika smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, and to the menu. This is where I'm going to end this episode. So thank you very much for watching. This is still a very, very weird kind of game for me to play. But it's a story and I'm actually enjoying it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it and don't you go change.